So, good evening, my beautiful people. This evening, I want to talk about this language when we the almost all the time they use. Nobody is perfect. So, why I want to talk about this nobody is perfect, when we African, we Niger people, we dey always they use for everything when we they do. We go say nobody is perfect, nobody is perfect. We know say nobody is perfect, really. All of us we know say nobody is perfect, but there are times when we say we fit do things when perfect for ourselves. We fit do things when really perfect for ourselves, when we see say this thing, if we do am, it go make us better for our life. It go make things dey okay for us, in so many aspects of our life. Like say maybe we get friends, we get wife, we get husband, we get for our children. There are things wey we fit do when e fit perfect for us, but I come notice say most of our people, whether man or woman, they see nobody is perfect too much all the time. They go say nobody is perfect. This nobody is perfect language, so oyibo do am because of some certain things. They supposed to dey use this language because of some certain things. Not be any small thing we go say nobody is perfect. Any small thing we go say nobody is perfect. We go see people they by themselves, they put hand, they do evil, they do things wey be say e not correct. They go they use nobody is perfect till they cover am. We no fit live like that. They do things wey be say e dey wrong for the sight of man. We go dey do things wey be say e no dey right for the sight of everybody. We go say nobody is perfect. At times you go see man, he go dey beat his wife, he go continuously dey do and dey repeat himself. We go say nobody is perfect. How can somebody be doing something when be say he know say e no dey right? He go say nobody is perfect. Today you go beat your wife, you go say I'm sorry, nobody is perfect. Tomorrow you go repeat again, you say nobody is perfect. Abeg, woman, if you be dey this kind situation, or you did this type of marriage when be say man they beat you every day, man they cheat on you every day, man they do every type of things when be say they really they hurt you, they hurt your children, and if they come with nobody is perfect, time don't reach where you take carry that man sit down, tell am say my dear, you no fit take this nobody is perfect again, because this language not be because of you they create am. Because see say most of us African, we they use all this language in the wrong way. We they use all this language and no changes. We need to come into, you need to see that person that tell and say my dear, you they hurt me with this nobody is perfect. You they do things all the time and you they use nobody is perfect. It's not supposed to be like that, my dear. You need to change. You need to change. And don't tell me say nobody is perfect, because person when they bear that nobody is perfect, that person they go through pain, they go through stress all the time. In the name of nobody is perfect. We know say nobody is perfect. There are ways when we feel make our life perfect. There are ways when we feel make our things perfect without hurting people. In the name of nobody is perfect. Yes, nobody is perfect. We all know that. But we can do better for ourselves as a man, as a woman, as a person, in anything where we they do, without thinking of nobody is perfect. If I do this one finish, I will come with nobody is perfect. No, it's not correct like that. We need to change a lot of things. Instead of to they sleep for nobody is perfect, instead of us to they take that word nobody is perfect. Yes, we know. You go see man now, he go do something where be say no right, he go say nobody is perfect. You go see say woman now, he go repeat one thing wey he first do before wey no right, he go repeat am again, nobody is perfect. He go repeat the same thing, even the worst again, go say nobody is perfect. We know say nobody is perfect, and not be because of una they do this language of nobody is perfect. We need to try to make perfection for ourselves, to make perfection to the way where we fit, instead of all those nobody is perfect, nobody is perfect. Because this language, it even they make some people they lazy, it even they make some people they do some kind nonsense thing where be say they're not supposed to do in the name of nobody is perfect. You go see man go they cheat, he go continuously to the cheat, his wife go they talk to her, he go they hurt the children, go they hurt everybody. They go say nobody is perfect. Yes, we know, but we need to make change for ourselves, instead of lying on that language of nobody is perfect. Yes, we know that nobody is perfect, but we need to make perfection for ourselves, for us to be able to coexist together. You go see some friends now, they hurt you, they cause you pain, they do you wetin be say e not supposed to they do, in the name of nobody is perfect. Yes, nobody is perfect, but you need to make this our friendship work. You need to make me not to feel pain as a friend of yours. Okay, we know say nobody is perfect. Now, so nobody is perfect. You see some parents now, they go, they hurt their children, do horrible things to their children, and come back and tell that pikin say nobody is perfect. We know say yes, nobody is perfect. You have to make perfection for yourself if you want us to continue to be father and daughter. If you want us to continue to be mother and daughter, or mother and son, you need to create perfection for yourself. Because I no fit continue to dey take pain, I no fit continue to dey take stress in the name of nobody is perfect. I no go fit, abeg. You go see some colleague for your work today, they go come with no, do you something, they will say nothing, nobody is perfect. They go come tell you tomorrow again, say sorry, nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Yes, we need to make changes and leave that language of nobody is perfect, because not because of una or you both do that language of nobody is perfect all the time. Nobody is perfect, but you continue to do the wrong thing all the time, and you use that language of nobody is perfect. I think we need to change. We need to take positive language and let that positive language be the order of the day for our life. We will use until they do everything where we they do, instead of to pick the wrong language, pick the negative language. We will use until they hurt ourselves, they hurt people where we're not supposed to hurt, and we will take that excuse of nobody is perfect. All of us know that we need to change in our way of taking one language, and we turn the language to almost everything, and use those language to hurt a lot of people, and we come out and say nobody is perfect. Yes, we know. We need to make perfection for ourselves. We need to try to stand in a way where we know say it go good for us, it go make us happy, it go make another person happy, instead of to they hurt each other and they use nobody is perfect. At the end of the day, say nobody is perfect, nobody is perfect. I'm sorry wey be say you no reach under of your belly. I'm sorry wey be say you not really mean am. If you say I'm sorry to somebody, nobody is perfect, you have to really mean that I'm sorry, and don't repeat yourself again. That is the I'm sorry when me myself I dey respect. That I'm sorry nobody is perfect, and you will go repeat the thing again, you will go do the worst. We need to change that thing. We need to change them. And I notice a lot of us, when they see nobody is perfect, many of us will they repeat the same thing all the time. Time don't come where be say we will change. All these phrases and language when be say we tell they do evil, we tell they break people down, we tell they destroy people, we tell they do so many things, they cause so many pains, they cause so many things to people. We need to stop it as a people. We need to stop it as a community. I beg. Now that language I say my account talk, so I they see some women that they do a lot of things where be say you know they right, and they come with nobody is perfect. Especially the men too. They go do some kind bad things. They'll say nobody is perfect. You go break woman heart, you'll say nobody is perfect. You go lie for woman head, you'll say nobody is perfect. You go they cheat, you go say na your woman they cheat, you'll say nobody is perfect. You go spoil your woman name everywhere, you'll say nobody is perfect. I beg, we need to change and leave this language of nobody is perfect. All of us we perfect for ourselves. We fit perfect for ourselves without saying nobody is perfect. So now that language I say my country today of nobody is perfect. When our Nigeria, our people, they always they use this language to do bad. They use this language to they do a lot of wrongs, and they know they really mean the sorry when they tell people. If you tell person sorry, mean it and don't repeat it again. Okay? Now that language I say my treat today of nobody is perfect. I love all of una. Now the share your YouTube channel be this. So I love all of you, my beautiful people. Bye bye.